Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of Taste Test. My name is Sean and every Wednesday and Saturday you can watch me try the weird, the wonderful, and the limited edition. If that sounds like fun, subscribe, ring the bell, you'll be notified when I post new videos, and leave comments down below so that you can leave me suggestions what it is, where to find it. You might see it on a future episode of Taste Test. You can also suggest fast food items, which is kind of what we have today. I don't know if takeout pizza qualifies as a fast food item or not. Either way, that is what we are trying today. We are trying the Papa John's menu, and I do have it pulled up here. It is their cheesy burger menu. Now, the first note that I want to throw out there is this is not on their regular menu. We went to go pick it up, and I didn't see it on the menu at all. I also didn't see any pricing on the menu, which was interesting. The Beeb pointed that out. She goes, "Oh, they kind of get you with like not pricing it on the menu at all." As of the recording of this video, it is June 14th, 2024. Happy Inside Out 2, everybody. Inside Out 2 Day, everybody. The Cheesy Burger Pizza goes for $9.99. It has sizzling beef, diced tomatoes, crap, dill pickles, gooey cheese, and burger sauce, all on our fresh, never frozen original dough. Meanwhile, which I have here in my hand, you can see the slice. There's the slice. You can also order the Cheesy Burger Papa Bites, which have the sizzling beef and bacon, dill pickles, burger sauce, and gooey cheese rolled up in pillowy blah, blah, blah. The Cheesy Burger Papadilla, and I'll point all these out as we go along. I realize I forgot napkins, but thank goodness I'm wearing pants. Sizzling beef, dill pickles, diced tomatoes, gooey cheese, and burger sauce on all their blah, blah, blah. So that's what we're trying. The Cheesy Burger Papadilla, the Bacon Cheesy Burger Papa Bites, and the Cheesy Burger Pizza. Sorry, all that's confusing. The Cheesy Burger Pizza is $9.99 on the app. I would strongly recommend doing that. I'm not logged into it at all. I just downloaded the app. It was like, here, it's $9.99. The Papadilla is $6.99. And the Cheesy Burger Papa Bites are $5. All of this was like $24 when it was all said and done. So I think that kind of right off the bat, you have a kind of a taste test dream scenario. It's relatively reasonably priced. It is now the most expensive item I've had on the show. Sorry to the cashews that were on the show for a long time at $7.50. But a pizza for $10 is totally fine. It's a great combination of something weird that's kind of wonderful that could make something magical. I have had a cheeseburger pizza before down at Rocky Rococo's. Rest in peace. We miss you. They had a great cheeseburger pizza down there. It was maybe the worst rollout they could have had, though, is because it was only available. You could buy like a whole pizza, but their pizzas were pretty expensive. But you could only buy like the individual slices that they sold between like 11 and 2 for the specialty week that it was running it once a year or something ridiculous. It was like on business days, it was a whole thing. So I'm excited to try a cheeseburger pizza here. They also included this, what I'm assuming is just like burger sauce. Sorry, that wasn't a very good show. That came with the Papadilla and with the cheesy bites. So let's try it. We'll go slice first, which I'm kind of excited about, except for the tomatoes. You can see the pickle on there pretty clearly. That's good. I love that it is a burger sauce. I think that's the key. I think that's the difference here. Switching out the sauce completely is super helpful to get all of that in there. I'm sure the tomatoes are supposed to represent ketchup, but they kind of just get in the way. But I love having the burger sauce, the cheese, and the pickles on this pizza. It's a really nice combination. It works super well together. And having like marinara as a base, or having marinara as a base with like a pizza sauce or a burger sauce drizzle on top of it, I think would just kind of convolute the flavor. Using the tomatoes is fine, but I think the key is, hey, we're using a burger sauce here. We're letting the pickle shine. We're letting the tomatoes in there. We're not complicating it with mustard or onion. I don't taste any onion there. That was the big key in the Rocky Rococo's one that I had mentioned. I actually really like that because there was onion in it. They used really good onion, and it had a really nice crunch, and it threw in. It's going to be a weird thing. It's a weird mix of texture. I know you're not expecting that from me on this show, but it's a great mix of texture that mentally I was prepared for because it was a cheeseburger pizza sort of thing. That is Really good. Could have done without the tomato. I personally don't think tomatoes really have that much flavor. They kind of just get in the way. They kind of remind me of lettuce in that way, where it's just like, oh, there's just kind of crap here and it's in the way. But if you're kind of going for that cheeseburger thing, you want a little ketchup, you want the pickle, you have the cheese, you have the sauce. It makes sense, and I can understand where they're coming from. And if that is the cost of, I guess, the exchange, the trade-off of not having the marinara, perfect. Perfect. All right, let's try the bites. Hopefully I got some pickle in there, okay? You can see the sauce oozing out on this one. Now I'll chalk this one up to a bad bite. I think this one's supposed to have bacon in it. But I don't really taste much bacon. I don't really see much bacon in it. Oh, there's a kernel in there. Definitely a kernel. This one has too much dough. I think the dough gets in the way. That's probably what you want if you're looking for this specific type of food, I guess would be the answer. If you're looking for the pop-up bites, you probably want the dough ratio a little bit different than I do personally. I think the pizza slice is better because I like that the dough doesn't get in the way. It should be additive, but it's like if you eat a burger that's too bready, it's like, oh man, there's just like a lot of bread here, and I would love more of the other flavors. There was a lot of the burger sauce and a lot of the pickle in there. I think it's just that's like a bite situation. So I think that could be a plague on it. Plague is a bit of a dramatic term. Let me just get out in front of that. It could be an uneven distribution just because it seems like the pickles that they're using are actually quite large in comparison to how they're being used. So you're going to end up probably with slices that have, boy, that's a lot of pickle. You're going to have slots that have, I guess, however these, I don't know what you would qualify these as, bites, I guess, because that's what they're called. You would have bites that are going to have a lot of pickle. You're going to have bites that probably don't have any pickle at all, or bacon or whatever. It's pretty good. It's just, it feels like it's going to be uneven throughout the whole spread. So some people might get a better spread that works for them and go, oh man, I love it. And then you have people who are like, man, I don't really like pickle that much. I didn't need all of the pickle in the thing. And they're going to go like, it wasn't all that great. And it just, mileage may vary. That's the term that I was looking for. I'm not really concerned with this sauce because it looks like the same sauce that's on the thing. There's already enough of it. I'm good. Last but not least, we're going to try the papadilla. This thing, as like a heads up, thankfully was cut in half, which means I didn't have to do it. But secondly, and more importantly, what I want to point out, this had so much grease on the bottom of it, I had to wash my hands after I pulled it out of the box. I was like, man, that is a lot of grease. That's what I said. I verbalized it in the kitchen. I put it on the plate and I just said, man, that is a lot of sauce or grease. Shoot, I messed up the line read. Can I get it again? But let's give it a whirl. I think we'll try this back end. I realized that I understand that I bought like basically 3 of the same thing. And we'll try the front. There was a lot of pickle in that bite. There was a lot of pickle. I like pickles too much. I just said, literally just said, whatever. I just mentioned that I don't think that the sauce is necessary, and I took a bite of that, and it was mostly pickle, and I got a little bit more of the meat in there, so the flavor balance is a little bit different. That would actually need the sauce. I didn't get much, if any, of the sauce there. Maybe it's a little bit deeper in the thing. It very much tastes or feels like, hey, you're eating two pieces of pizza on top of each other, and that's what a papadilla is. So this is a very redundant menu, but I do think that there are balance differences that make me like the pizza slice the most, the bites second, and the papadilla least. The pizza, the way that they have the pizza and the balance of the flavors and and everything, even with the tomatoes, is really solid. The bites are a little too doughy for me, but it could just be, like I said, mileage may vary for people if they like a little bit more bread than they do with the ingredients or whatever, how the ingredients are spread. This papadilla, is the one that I look at and I go like, why does this exist? It has a worse balance than the slice. It doesn't have as much of the sauce. It just feels like a weird third wheel. And as an expert in weird third wheels, I know a lot about that. It's just a weird offshoot. I don't know. I feel like it should be better, but it just isn't. That wasn't great. The papadilla is the one of the three that you would look at and go, ooh, I could use some sauce. Because it just seemed like it didn't quite have the balance that it needed to. But otherwise, overall, I guess I should say, instead of otherwise. Overall, this is a fun menu. This is a fun collaboration. This is a fun, it's not really a collaboration with anyone except for the idea of cheeseburgers. It's a well-executed crossover that I think is worth looking at if you're interested in. It sits in kind of a weird middle ground. I'm not telling you, I'm not being like, oh man, I loved it and you got to run out and try it right now. But if you're interested, I would absolutely encourage you to try it out. And again, I ordered this on a Friday, no account on the Papa John's app. I literally downloaded the app, didn't look at any of the other menu, and then just put the 3 things I wanted in the cart and then was on my way. And it was under $25. So you could remove one or two items that you're not super interested in, or if you find it all redundant because they are the same thing in different configurations. One of them just doesn't have tomato. You could spend $15 to just give this a whirl. It was a large pizza for $10. I don't know if that's a today special or what. It is a large pizza for $10. The papadilla was $7 or $8, and then the bits were $5. And that felt like a good price point for these things. Sometimes they're too high. I don't think I'd ever complain that they were too low. But sometimes you go oof, I don't know about this price. But this price feels good because the items are solid, because the crossover or the mashup is goofy enough. It's a really well executed version of something that is fun, and that's always the best possible version of this sort of thing. We have so many crossovers and so many things that are weird and wacky and wonderful that suck or should be better or whatever. So to have this is a breath of fresh air. It's a nice change of pace. It is definitely a positive experience. I had a good time with it, and I hope you had a good time watching me wave my greasy fingers around while I explain to you the cheesy burger pizza menu from Papa John's. If you'd like to see more, be sure to scroll down. You can subscribe, you can ring the bell, you can leave a comment down below. You'll be notified when I post those new videos that you left the comments for, or the items for, what it is, where to find it, fast food items, or you're welcome to do. If you don't want to do any scrolling, you can go right here, then you can hit that subscribe button. You can watch more taste tests right here, and you can watch me get very, very angry playing baseball because digital umpires are bad at their jobs up here. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will catch you next time on Taste Test. Thank you for watching, as always. I slowly move my mouse. Bon appetit. And we stop the recording.